Glorious day today. So Mike and I, we've been back from our camping trip for what, 2 weeks at least. We did say that we'd review bits and pieces because it was basically our last camping trip. I can't see us camping again before we actually start on our journey. Oh, there he is. I can see him in the truck. Let me turn you. Mike, what are you up to?
Renew this here. I put a fitting for a hose pipe so I can just slot it on, but there's no end cap on it, so I need to review that. And I've got something which I hope will work, but that needs to be replaced and redone because as we're travelling we're seeing some water spillage coming out from there, so we need to change that. So that's one of the jobs. The time consuming job is to take all of this side apart. I need to get access to the shower feed pipes. So this water tank here feeds water down through the pipes, and there's a tap behind here underneath this system here which I can just turn and feed into the shower tank, which is behind here, and the level indicator is here. However, what I'm finding is where I want to be able to fill up the shower tank, the actual access to it is actually quite difficult, and the pipe, which is a flexible pipe, it kinks a little, so I need to review that and just make that more efficient. So that needs to come apart to make that more efficient, and at the same time I'm going to review the pump that circulates the water around the heat exchanger, so I'm going to have a little look at that. Whatever I'm doing, I've got water spraying everywhere. Alright, let me put that back on. There we are, that should be okay for a minute.
Very different.
I'm going to review this pump to see how this works. Essentially water comes from the shower, around through the pump, through this heat exchanger here and back into the shower tank, and then we can pump and have hot showers. So I've got a few jobs to do. This pipe, this, and I'm just checking on the system with the diesel heater as well.
Alright, so that's what he's up to. Mike, are we coming to have some lunch? I'm hungry.
Have you done it?
Right, let's go and do lunch. Wraps today, easy peasy. Shakedown. What, reviewing? No.
Well, it's important, but...
Storage? We're good. I think we're good to go.
The back shelves and the back seat, I think they work. I fine-tuned tiny bits, but I think they work. I've got little things to do on the wings, just to put things up and store things on the wings.
It doesn't take 2 seconds. So you put the
Well, we've got to
canopy
pull the
round.
chairs out every time we do this anyway. So we pull the chairs out, we pull the barbecue box out, we pull the canoe out. It's not that huge. It's the same size as the barbecue box, so I agree with you. I think it's okay.
Setting up camp.
We're in a tropical country. We went on to the beach. We had temperatures close to 30 degrees, and you still packed the winter clothes.
I wanted to see if they fitted in the bath.
All right. What about cooking then?
We've got 2 induction hobs, and we take both, and I never use one. I understand we could take one as a backup, I suppose, and it doesn't take up a lot of storage space, does it? Isn't another thing to take.
It's not very heavy.
No, it's not.
However, if it takes up too much space, we shouldn't take it, I think. But I like the idea of the back. One of the things which we deliberately did was used a lot of electricity to charge batteries and charge the battery fan every single day.
But
Or fan battery.
you looked into that when we were on our last camp, didn't you?
It's actually 10 weeks. And you fly back to the UK. That's it. All right, lunch is done. As usual, I'm going to leave the washing up to Julia because she loves to do those kinds of things.
No, you always wash it.
I'm forced. However, I'll leave Julia to do that, and I'm going to go back into the truck and see how I get on. See you in a bit. So basically I've shortened this, it's much neater. I've shortened this, new pipe here coming down towards the water filter, and essentially it'll mean that it's not kinked, and I've even just pulled in the pipe here just to make sure it's quite stiff. Tap on, much better. Good flow coming from there. Happy with that. Tap off, and I can turn and control this tap here as well. So this tap controls both the feed to the water filter and the feed to top up the shower tank, and this tap isolates the shower tank so I can feed to the pump. So I'll also be checking on the diesel heater here to make sure that the diesel heater is functioning properly. It's really in a tropical country, so actually running the diesel heater in this country is not great, because there's a thermostatically controlled switch as well, which means it'll switch off, and it's already 30 plus degrees, so it's not the best country to do a test on this thing. So it does work, but we've also got the diesel running from the long range fuel tank, so there's a bit of a distance, 2 or 3 meters to run, and I just need to make sure that it'll run on a consistent basis, and it's very difficult to do in this country, but we'll be doing some test runs and making sure we've got some spare parts with us. So water pumping from the tank around the heat exchanger back to the tank, all controlled by the diesel heater, which heats up the air around the heat exchanger, so we get hot showers. Right, everything's back together now, so I've actually reviewed and renewed some of this section up here. So I've replaced the container for the shower head and the shower hose. I've fixed this a little bit more permanently and added some instructions and buttons really, and I'll explain some of these as I'm going along. And I have reviewed and replaced this up here, so it now has a tap at the top, so I can actually control the water that comes from here and topping up, and spillage as well, so that's much more efficient. But let's have a little explanation here. So each of these letters represents one element on the truck. P for pump, L for light, T for tank. There's also a W over there for water, and the S over here for the shower. So this is the pump for the shower. That's the actual switch that will switch on the pump for the water filter. That P is for the pump that will pump the water around the heat exchanger. The L is for the lights. That was actually this. There's 2 USBs, and essentially there's a nice light up there which will work. There's also LED lights which are plugged in as well. And the T for the tank is because there's some nice lights that light up the tank so I can monitor the water for the shower tank. All working efficiently. Oh, there's some flashing lights going on there. That's because these LED lights are also plugged in. So what I've got here now is this switch is the master switch, if you like, for that side. So W for water, and everything to do with water, water filter, shower, is over on that side, the pumps, etc. So that's what that switch is for. But over here, separate switch for the heater. So if I switch this on, come back over here, and I've repositioned the switch panel for the diesel heater. And let's have a little look and a little bit of a test. There you go. I'm going to just switch this down to H1. You might be able to even hear the begin to kick off. So very, very happy. Everything's working officially, and I'm just going to switch this off. There you go. Okay, I'm just going to switch the switch on for the light that lights up the tank. There you go. There's the switch that lights up the tank, so I can check on the volume. As you can see, some of the flashing LED lights around the place. Obviously you can control the colours. So with everything back together, the time is up. That's it. We've got no choice. We have to decide what we're going to do about the bikes. Do we take them with us? Do we put them on top of the roof? And that is something that has to happen within the next video, so watch out. We've got no choice, no time is left. We have to decide. Bikes or no bikes, time's up. Hopefully you can like and subscribe and join us to find out what the result is of whether our bikes are on the way with us.